he's on. So here we are in this fourth end of the Jackson versus Fleming game. Not sure if we have been actually playing any sound up till now. Just found that all the levers were down, so it could be that you've had some silence. If so, our apologies. But anyway, here we are. It's 2-1 for Hannah Fleming.
Yeah, apologies if we've not quite been broadcasting, but we're now on. We've got Hannah Fleming currently playing Redstones. So she's currently lying 2 with some guards up the front. I think Jackson indicating that she wants to clear some of the guards away. Is that your curling finish till January then, John, or have you got any more games?
I think that will be closed down shortly, so I'm not sure if I've got any this week or not. So.
I mean, I know that's certainly me finished until the first week of January, and I always quite enjoy having a few days off. Having a week or so off in between, it gives the knees and the legs a chance to recover from quite a few games up until now. It's
starting taking its toll, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. So Jackson, I think, was hoping to lift 2 guards there, or certainly 2 shots, didn't quite make it. Fleming just calling a guard, another guard at the front. And again, certainly giving lots of ice there, 7-8 feet of draw. Certainly this ice has been quite keen and swingy this weekend so far. Stones away on the way down, and again we've got certainly a lot of shots in play, which is really good to see. Both teams have decided to play a kind of girdly game, putting shots in play, guards, rather than just bang, 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 which certainly makes it more interesting to commentate on and more interesting to watch as well. Really good shot there, good guard. And Jackson here decided to go for the draw. So trying to draw around the guard, or maybe she changed her mind. Don't know if that's maybe the player just checking. Does she actually want to lift the guards again? Try and clear out the front? Because of course Jackson's got the hammer, so she'll be wanting it open for her final shot. Just having a wee look at the angles there. Yeah, and she's changed her call. She's going for the strike. Try and nose the front red guard. And I think she'll be trying to move the blue one as well. Red onto blue, and hopefully get them both out of play. Shots away, it's on its way down. They're sweeping it. Not far away. Yep, good shot. So I moved the 2 stones at the front. The only thing is she's left her shooter there, which is still a kind of guard, and Hannah's just calling for another guard at the front. So again, Hannah calling 8 foot of ice, try and put a guard on. Just at the front, try to protect her. Well, she's got 3 shots in play, 2 just the back of the 4 foot there, just behind the tee. It's not drawing quite as much as they probably thought. Bring it into the house, yep. Just top of the 4 foot. So again, another good shot. Putting the pressure on Jackson. So that's now Fleming line 4. And we're just getting this, just trying to get the scores, the live scores up here. So again, we've just got our technical wizard back on the game to get the live scores at the top. Another shout out to David Owen here, who's really good with all this technology. He's the kind of main man that sets up the website and gets the live broadcast. I think we really do need a training session at some point.
And
Just feathered the guard, so unlucky there from Jackson. Was trying the draw in and just feathered the guard, so maybe a mistake there, letting Hannah Fleming in. Yep, you're about to say, John?
And apparently we weren't putting any sound across before, so...
Oh well, apologies for that. Although some people might say that was maybe a good thing, John, eh?
There'll be many people out there saying, it's been really good so far. Then they started to speak.
So now, what were all the good stories we told earlier, so we might have to tell them again?
Nah, we'll keep them for later on, okay? There's
So
children listening.
So Hannah Fleming going for a hit, and she'll be trying to hit the blue shot out and just roll over just in line with our other two red stones, and that would really put the pressure on Jackson. So potentially a big end here for Hannah Fleming. Of course, Hannah Fleming played the circuit for many years, huge experience. Lorna Fevers, again somebody else that's got vast experience at national and international level. Really good player.
But in saying that, Sophie's been across in Canada, she's been playing in Europe and that, and this was Gina Aitken's team, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right there, John.
So the team itself is vastly experienced in that. And
Good shot from Hannah there. I think that's what they would have wanted. So it puts the pressure on Jackson to try and draw down. She has got a nice wee nest of reds to come into, as long as you can sneak by the guard.
there's a wee minefield out there, isn't there?
Yeah, if you're just a wee touch heavy, it'll just stay a bit straight, no quite come. But last time they just caught the guard. Of course, that did move the guard over a wee bit, so maybe makes this a wee bit easier this time. But yeah, I mean, as you see, they're certainly calling for about 8 foot of draw.
This looks tight.
It does. Sweeper's
This
on it.
looks
Sweeper's
tight.
working. In fact, she's hit the guard by more this time. So another mistake there. So this is certainly allowing Hannah Fleming in. Again, potentially a really big end here. If she can get a... I think she's calling, just put one top of the 4 foot. And that would really put the pressure on Jackson. With currently Fleming's lying 5, put another one in, potentially she could be lying 6, and not really an obvious way into the poppy there.
No, and there's no wingers there that she can actually hit in, so I mean, but it's where the guard goes, taking a lot of ice.
Yeah, a lot of ice, of course. We'll just be playing top 8 weight. Yeah, so a big chance for Hannah Fleming here. Potentially to get a really big hand here in the 4th. She's already 2-1 up. So if she did get a big end here, that would potentially give them the big advantage for the kind of home straight for the last 5 ends.
So there's Hannah delivering her stone.
Yep, so stone's on its way, about halfway down. Just be coming into view. The sweeper's just getting called off it, are they? Just keeping it clean. Nope, sweeper's on it.
It's looking in the right place. Is it too
If it just
far
finishes at the end, be a good shot. If it just stops not too far in, yep, really good shot. So, I mean, Jackson's got a lot to hit there, but it's really where her shooter goes after that, isn't it, John? You know, she knows he's one of them. Potentially it's not got a roll. She's really wanting to hit it. Hit it and get a wee roll. Or is she looking at maybe angling one of those blues in? She's certainly looking at all the angles, which...
We'll go back and have a look at it from behind.
So they're looking at maybe angling one of the front guards on, one of the blue ones in, thinking it's a better route in. The danger with that is you're having to get the angle perfect, and at least if you use your own shooter, and just strike one of them in the nose, you would cut one, maybe two down, but if you try and angle one of them in, you get it wrong.
See that blue that's, as we look at it, on the right hand side there, the furthest out one, would that be an easier angle to get and less between it and the centre?
Don't know if it'd be easier. I think they both quite difficult shots to use, either of the wingers. It's one of these, if you get it right, great, but if it goes wrong...
So is she looking for a power shot that she can take the lot out of the centre? Or I think there'll be damage limitation here, really.
I would agree with you there, John, yep, I'd agree with you there. I mean, if she hits that one that they're putting the brush at, gets the angle right on that, you can certainly lift that one and the one behind it, so that would be two away. And if she gets a wee roll to the left hand side and maybe cut that one down, so it would just be the two Fleming shots that are currently sitting to the left of the pot lid just now.
I would suggest that this is more damage limitation than trying to win the end.
Yep, I would say.
If she just loses two here, she'll be very pleased with her shot.
Yep, agree with that, because currently she's lying 6 against, which would obviously be a really big end to lose. I mean, Hannah Fleming's team's played a really good end. A couple of mistakes from the Jackson team, catching a couple of guards, and that's just allowed Hannah to just pile the pressure on and keep drawing more shots into the 4-foot. So shots away, it's on its way down, they're watching it. Sweepers aren't on it. Nope, sweepers just getting called on. Sweep in, sweep in.
No, she might have got the shot.
She might actually got the shot just with that wee rub. They're looking at it. I think they're calling for a measure, are they? Yep, they're calling for a measure.
Fantastic shot from Sophie. Well done. Oh, maybe she's got the shot.
I thought they were calling for a measure there, but they've obviously decided between them. Not sure who got the shot out of that. It was obviously really close to us. I mean, that was always, if you had got a lucky rub in the front end, you could get it, but you just had to get the rub absolutely perfect. But potentially, Jackson's taking a 1, having to hit against 6, a big pressure shot. So we're just waiting for the score to go up. So to confirm it, from where we were sitting, we couldn't quite make out who had the shot. It looks like Hannah Fleming's in the head first, so I'm assuming Hannah's taking a 1. Yep, it's Hannah Fleming's team to start, so they must have taken a 1. Don't know if Hannah will maybe be a wee bit disappointed only getting a 1 out of that, but with the 6 there, it was looking really hopeful. But then, of course, with 6 there, it did give Jackson a lot to come to. Yeah, I think certainly Jackson will probably be a wee bit relieved. She only lost a 1 there, because it was looking pretty bad at one point, with potentially a big end going. So yeah, we've had it confirmed, 1 to Hannah Fleming there, so they're now 3-1 up in the 5th end. So it's been a really tight game, nip and tuck. Both teams playing really well, but just that last end there was a couple of mistakes from Jackson, catching guards and just giving Hannah Fleming a in there to potentially make a big end.
I think that, in fairness to them, that that'll be actually a big boost for Sophie's team, and that the fact that there were so many against them and they took it down to a 1, so
Yeah,
that'll lift them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Jackson will be the more relieved out of that, because it could have went really bad for them. But they're still two behind. They have got the hammer. But Hannah Fleming going out quite aggressive, putting one in the top of the 4 foot here. Now putting a guard on it. So what's Jackson got to do here? Is she going to rip the guard or just draw on top of it? I think she's indicating a kind of back ring weight. Try and come around and just touch the red back a wee bit.
This event's sponsored by Lely, and we're really grateful for them. Also David Owen Farm Services, who are working with them, and also Dumfries and Galloway Regional Council. Their events group and that has supported this event, as has the facility management here, and without them we wouldn't be able to hold this. This is the second year we've held it at Dumfries. We've got teams from as far away as Canada. We've got a university team from there. Our apologies to those Canadians that were expecting to see the game last night, but we've had some technical issues with the live streaming, and we did some tests last night and we used another game for those tests, but we'll try and let them have some airtime sometime, and we'll put that on the screen and let you know. So that was some shot there that altered the head considerably. I'm not sure if that's exactly what the outcome they were looking for, but
no, I don't think they quite called that. They certainly wanted to clear one of the guards, but I don't think they wanted the red to chap in, so it has changed it a wee bit. And just to confirm some of the draw times, they're playing for, these two teams are playing for obviously the place in the quarterfinals later today. The quarterfinals, both ladies and gents, will be at 8:30 tonight. So if anybody's in the Dumfries area and wants to come in, Dumfries Ice Ball, 8:30 tonight for the quarterfinals. And the semi-finals are at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, with the finals being both ladies and gents final being played at 12 o'clock. So whatever teams get to the final, they've got a quick turnaround with a semi and a final tomorrow morning. So Hannah Fleming just looking up a strike here. Just thinking, right, she can hit her front red one onto the blue. Certainly push the blue out the back. The shooter will sit at the front and the other red will jam on. So she'll have two reds at front of the 4 foot. Yep, so she's calling a strike.
But unfortunately she never got the back win as well.
Yep, and I think they'll now be a wee bit disappointed that the shooter run out. I think they were wanting to catch it fuller so that the shooter stayed in play, but they got one of the blues out. That was the kind of main thing.
They're not wasting much time, are they, Richard?
No, they're not. Nope. I mean, this is them in the 5th end just now. There has been a couple of ends where there's now been big discussions, and the whole team's been called up, which is good that they're communicating with the whole team, asking their opinions, looking up the options. Certainly with that last end, with the 6, Jackson certainly had a look at hitting some of the wingers through, or some of their long guards, looked at the angles, called their team up for their opinions.
They're looking for the double here.
I think they will be, yes. Yep, double is on. So hitting the front blue on the back blue and just hoping to get the angles right. That's Lorna Beavers playing this. Shots away. Not quite. As mentioned before, the danger of the jam, that's always when you're going for a double. If you don't quite get the angle quite right, you can always jam in the back one. But there's still 2 red shots in play, 1 blue. So this end could still go either way. I think Jackson's just calling for a guard there. And again, giving lots of ice, just front ring, sitting in front of sitting next to the red one. Trying to protect her.
Just a half check in the red, was it?
I would say just a half check, I think, going, yes. Just to stop Hannah Fleming from pushing the red back.
Because Sophie's got the hammer this end, so she'll be taking that into account. This looks a wee bit heavy, though.
It looks very heavy, in fact. Well, this is possibly through the back, so again, another mistake from the Jackson team there. Hoping to get one at the front of the house, and it actually went through the back, so that's quite a big mistake.
That's a mega mistake. And who's that?
I mean,
Naomi Brown, is it?
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't even stop near the back. It looked more a hack weight than a back weight, so she certainly got the weight quite wrong.
Maybe misinterpretation of what was expected. Was she looking to maybe Naomi think that she was supposed to tap that front red back?
Maybe that's what she thought, but even with that, I'm not really sure what, because the danger with that is if you only get half the stone, you're opening it right up. So Lorna Beavers playing her second shot now. This is Vice Stones. Caught the swooping off. Oh, great shot from Lorna Beavers there. To just precision, push the blue through the house, leaving lion red. So advantage Fleming. So even though Jackson has got the hammer in this end, she might have to use it to just take a single. Just looking at hitting and rolling in. Great shot from Lorna Beavers there. And that's really changed the complexion of the end, and quite often you can notice that a really good shot from the Vice can just change an end completely. And here they're just rolling out, so again I think Jackson will be a wee bit disappointed because she was hoping to hit and have the shooter stay.
It's not just she's not getting the rub at the moment, is she?
No, they're just missing out, just not quite getting them where they want them.
Puts a lot of pressure on the skip when they've not got them shots and that they were expecting to make.
It does, yep, it does. Because certainly if there'd been a blue there to work with, particularly if it was sitting in front of the red, there was always the danger of the jam or puts the pressure on Hannah. But now Hannah just have to draw. She'll be drawing to the right hand side of the house just to kind of split the house, put the pressure back on Jackson. So Hannah Fleming's first shot here. She's already line one, just trying to put another one in the house. Of course, Hannah Fleming and Lorna Beavers, both local girls. Well, both Lockerbie. Well, Hannah Fleming's actually High Tay, I know she'll be quite excited. Her brother's back from Australia. He arrived back last week with her nieces and nephews that she's getting to spend some time with. I'm not sure if they'll be making a visit to the ice rink this weekend or not to see their big auntie play or not.
Of course, we've got a big competition on at Lockerbie this weekend with the under-21s there.
Yes, you're right, John. Yep, under-21s at Lockerbie. Again, a lot of top Scottish teams there. I think there's some international teams as well playing. I haven't actually seen the team sheet and see all the teams that are playing, but yep, big competition at Lockerbie. So anybody in that area, feel free to drop in. It's the same games today and semi-final, final tomorrow afternoon.
It's a pity that they clash because there's some good teams there that would maybe have been playing here as well. So
yep, certainly some of the junior men teams that are playing at Lockerbie would have been able to come over and play, and I'm sure we'd have done a decent job. Of course, the whole curling circuit is quite crowded now. You know, you look at the Gold Line Tour and you look at the number of weekends. It is busy for certainly all the top teams. Very difficult to play all the competitions.
well, I know here we're quite surprised by how quickly weekends fill up because we've got the English, the Irish and also the Welsh hold their national championships or have been holding them here, and their weekend competitions, and then you've got mixed doubles and the whole curling scene is really quite exciting when you actually take everything into account. I should update these stones, shouldn't I?
You're right there, John. And then, of course, if you've got games through the week as well, you know, you've got the Wednesday night Super League that's played here in Dumfries. Quite a few of the players playing that.
So is this Hannah's last show, or this will be her last?
Yep, this is Hannah Fleming's last shot. She'll just be trying to chap the blue back, and then Jackson's got one after that. She's got the hammer in this end. So shots away. I think the swoop in, just keeping it clean.
To light.
Yep, good shot from Hannah Fleming there. Puts the pressure on Jackson, and Jackson just nominating the draw. She'll have to draw the 4 foot.
Aye, because if she hits that front one, she wouldn't be lying short anyway.
No. I mean, the other option would be a double takeout, but the danger with that is you jam on the back one.
She needs the one.
Yeah. So she's just going for the draw the 4 foot. Again, you can see they're taking about 8 feet of ice there. Expecting the draw. Obviously, a skip in the 5th end should be able to make this no problem, John. Quite confident to make that, would you be?
Well, normally you would be, but let's be honest, we saw the third there put one right through the house when it should have been a front right or a 8 foot draw. So
yeah, I mean, I was playing a final on Thursday night, and unfortunately, I wasn't skipping, but unfortunately, my skip couldn't quite draw the 4 foot where he needed to.
Okay, no names, please.
No names. And unfortunately, we finished second in that game.
Just needs to slow down. Looks okay. Or is it just too much?
Maybe running on. In fact, Lorna's working on it. Right, yep. That's a big mistake from Jackson. Hannah stealing a 2 there. So just as we were saying, it should be an easy, well, maybe not easy, but it should be a makeable shot for a skip there to be able to draw the 4 foot with your last shot in the hammer. Last shot in the 5th end, but a mistake from Jackson. So
I wonder if the ice is a bit keener than what it was before then.
I think it maybe is, because we have seen a few mistakes there with shots just running further than they had planned. I think we did mention about the brush controversy with some of the heads being banned, but certainly with the synthetic brushes, after you get 2 or 3 ends in, it can make a big difference, and it can add speed to the ice.
Plus, it's maybe getting a wee bit warmer in there with people and that, and as the temperature sometimes goes up, so does your speed. So,
yep, you're right there. Now that we're halfway through, well, we're just starting the 6th end. So a big end there for Hannah Fleming, stealing a 2. Certainly heading home. The advantages with Hannah. And you think she'll have the confidence. Nearly had a really big end in the fourth and managed to steal 2 in the fifth. So the advantage certainly looks to be with Hannah just now. Imagine if you're the Jackson team, you're maybe a wee bit down, thinking, couple of mistakes creeping in here. Caught a couple of guards, not quite having their weight right.
Of course, it could be that somebody's just maybe, whoever's working out the speed has just made a mistake and given them the wrong speed, because, I mean, these curlers are not very much, as we've said before, it's a team game, so they're listening to other people and saying, oh, the speed's this or the speed's that, so...
I mean, certainly most of the teams use stopwatches, but certainly bear in mind that a lot of teams do use the stopwatches just to see if it is changing. But I mean, the Olympic medalist, not the last one, but Kevin Martin, great Canadian curler, that team never used stopwatches and they won Olympic gold. So you don't have to use all the technology if you're good enough. I think we kind of mentioned before, sometime the technology can take over the actual skill. So here's Hannah Fleming being quite aggressive again, just putting one top of the forefoot. And she's just asking for it to be touched back. So try to put the pressure on Jackson. Try to get the shots in there.
I think that camera's got a wee bit of a shake on it.
Yeah, I mean,
on the wire.
Yeah, it's up on a wire, so there will be vibrations coming through the building. Don't know if there's a lot of cars out in the car park, but it is certainly very windy outside today, so whether that's just putting a wee bit of vibration in the building and shaking the wires a wee bit. Yeah, good shot here. Exactly what was called for. Just touch the back, touch the red black.
If Jackson doesn't get anything here, do you think they'll be shaking hands?
I think they'll maybe go on for another end. Although, if Fleming maybe gets 1 or a 2, you could see that. But in saying that, I mean, if Jackson gets a 1, I mean, she'll be really trying to get a 2 though, won't she?
Aye, it's 8 ends.
I was just clarifying, it is just 8 ends, the round robin games. Is it 10 ends for the final, John? The semi-finals? Don't know. Or just 8 ends? I think it will probably just be 8 ends looking at the timings, because they're on at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning for the semi-final, and then they're on at 12 o'clock for the final, so you'd imagine it'll probably just be 8 ends. We're just checking the rule sheet here.
So, Fleming looking to clear the guards off. Jackson indicating for another. No, she's just discussion options.
So just clarified, they're all 8 ends right up to the knockout stages, and they're 8 ends as well. Yeah.
I think she's looking to just tap the red back and roll across to the left behind that guard.
Well, she certainly doesn't look to have a lot of weight on it. So if she does move the red, I don't think she'll be taken out of play.
No, it was more getting
Just,
her shot behind the guard on the left she was looking for.
And now Hannah's electing to rip off the guard to get rid of the cover that Jackson was playing for there. Yep, good shot, exactly what it was called, rip the guard. And the shooter, it's went out of play as well, so she'll be quite pleased with that. That's the other danger when you do go to rip a guard, if you don't quite get the angle and your shooter maybe rolls over and provides a bit of cover the other side. But so I've got three shots in play, all in the house.
I think the last end was an expensive one for the Jackson team.
It was, yeah. And I think they will be disappointed because Jackson did have the draw. It was a relatively open draw. She didn't have to come round any guards. She could see the 4 foot. And not just not making the 4 foot, not making the 8 foot either to save the second.
That was the killer shot.
Yeah. So just try to put some more cover up the front here.
That was the difference between having a 3-2 score line as opposed to the 5-1. So
I think Hannah's just going to rip the guard off again. Just keep it open.
It's amazing how the tactics have changed over the years, and at one time everybody ignored the guards and played round about them and trying to use even the opposition's guards, and now we're ripping them off and that. So
yeah, certainly if you're up, you're wanting it nice and clear at the front. Another good shot there, taking out the guard and the shooter rolling out. So I think Hannah Fleming will be quite happy the way the end's going just now for her. She's lying 2 and it's open at the front.
do you think Sophie will look to move some of these in the centre now? Is that what she's looking for? Take them both?
I think maybe it is, because we're down to 5 stones now.
No, must be a guard she's looking for again.
Yeah, maybe a change in call there. Because certainly kind of early on you can do it, but once you start getting at some point, Jackson will have to look at moving those 2 reds.
Don't think that's a good guard.
Maybe run a fraction too far, maybe, but it's still okay. Fleming maybe thinking, right, we'll go for the blue in the house. If we don't quite get it and rip the guard, that's equally a good shot. But if we do get the blue in the house and then the red shot will roll into those other 2, so we could have a nest of a nice wee 3 shots sitting in there. And that would put the pressure on Jackson, maybe have to lift not just a double, but maybe having to lift a treble.
That's right.
Yep, by the guard. Yep, exactly what was called for. So a really good shot from Lorna Weavers there. Lorna certainly seems to have been playing some really good shots the last couple of ends. So yeah, I mean, Jackson's going to have to look at moving some of these now, because there is a lot of reds building up there.
Both teams seem to have good team dynamics within them, or that's the impression you get when you're watching here.
Yeah, I agree with you there, John. I mean, certainly the Fleming team, I mean, they've played for 2 or 3 years in that format, and I know certainly, you know, like Alice Spence and Hannah, I mean, they're friends from school, they've known each other, you know, many, many years, obviously. Really good friends. Same with Lorna as well, you know, they all get on really well, and that makes such a difference if you know each other that well, you know each other inside out, and you do get on. I think that's always kind of key to getting on with who you play with.
Well, also forgiving everybody's mistakes, because let's be honest, we all make them, you know. That was a good shot there.
So now we've got Hannah coming to play. I think she'll be looking at hitting that blue out and maybe getting a wee roll.
I think Sophie was probably maybe hoping that she'd maybe just get a wee bit better kick back and into the guard on the left hand side. So
yeah, I think you're right there. I was hoping for a wee bit more movement, but
Not sure what they're talking about.
No, I don't know. Can't really see any problem, but they seem to keep looking at the barrier behind them, so maybe it might be something as simple as somebody's phone going off in their bag. I was actually doing a presentation we worked through the week on Wednesday in front of about 30 people. My jacket was sitting hanging up. Halfway through the presentation, somebody's phone went off, and I had to apologise to everybody, and that's my phone. Sorry, guys.
I take it you didn't say at the start, can you make sure your phones are turned off?
No, I didn't actually say that, so I don't know if that makes it better or worse. I didn't answer it. I'll let you know. I just let it go to voicemail.
Okay.
So another good shot from Hannah Fleming there.
This Sophie's last shot, is it?
No, this is Sophie's first shot. Hannah's still got another one after this, so there's 3 shots still to come. Sophie's just about to play. Sophie's, apologies for getting the name wrong there. Sophie is just about to play her first shot, and she's lying 2 against. She'll be trying to hit the one on the right hand side, and maybe try and get a wee bit of a roll over behind her guard, I think. And then Hannah's got one more shot to come, and then Sophie's got the hammer. Super's on it. Has she got enough? Has she got enough, or has she missed? Oh, another mistake. That's another big mistake there. Not making the hit, and her shooter's rolling out, so big advantage to Hannah Fleming now. If she can put one at the front, put all the pressure on Jackson for her last shot.
Sophie will be really annoyed with herself, and I'm told that she's really hard on herself when she doesn't get it right.
So maybe psychological, missing the draw in the last end is maybe playing in her mind with that. So that's a draw she's missed, and now a strike. And yeah, I mean, there is quite a lot of players like that. They have, if they're playing well, you know, everything seems to go right, and as soon as they have one bad shot, it can just knock them off a wee bit. And that's when your advice can be really important, just to kind of boost your confidence, keep you right. You know, they'll maybe be having a wee dialogue there. Did we have too much ice, or not quite enough ice, or did we call the sweepers on a wee bit late, or should we had a wee bit more weight? And so Hannah just putting another shot in here, putting all the pressure on Sophie. A really good shot from Hannah.
It was, wasn't it? Because,
yep.
I mean, if Sophie hits this dead, another shot to Fleming.
Yeah, you're right. And if she catches it just outside and runs out, I mean, it could be 2 shots to Hannah. She'll be trying to catch it just on the inside and getting a wee rub maybe, just to go into shot. And this is really, well, if she doesn't make this, I think you could be right. They could be shaking hands and off after 6. Yep, I would certainly rather be playing Redstones just now than blue. So Jackson's just in the hack just now. Just sliding out, just about to release it. It's on its way down. There's the vice just moving over just to call the sweep in. They're watching it just now, they're watching it. Is it sitting high? It's not far away, but is it going to be shot?
No.
Again, loss of another one. So that's Hannah stole another one. So that's 6-1. Going down the 7th end. And I think Jackson will probably be a wee bit disappointed there. A mistake with her first one. And didn't quite get the rub with the second one. Yep, if you're certainly Hannah Fleming, you'll be the happier of the 2 skips just now, and they have played really well. There's the Jackson team just having a wee conflab. What do we need to do to get this back? But equally they're running out of ends to actually be able to get it back now. Don't know what that body language is telling us.
Aye, please. So this is the second last end in this A10 game between Jackson and Fleming. Some mistakes from the Jackson team, just allowing Fleming to have the upper hand. Fleming not wanting any guards or anything at all, so just playing the first shot straight through the house. Perhaps not the most interesting when these shots are played. However, for these curlers, it's about winning the game, not providing us with I'm just trying to alter some cameras here, so my apologies.
That's okay, John. I'm back now. I was just getting a wee cup of water. Sitting here, it does get quite dry, and particularly I was out last night with work for just a couple of half shandies after work. It's given the name Black Eye Friday, but certainly when I was out in Dumfries last night, I didn't see any fights or any bother, and I didn't see anybody getting a black eye. So
I'm pleased about that, and I'm glad that you've made it here today. Are you here for the rest of the day, Richard?
no, I'm not actually. I'm just covering this one. I was in earlier, but we didn't quite have the technology set up to cover the first session, so apologies for that. Our technical guru, David Owen, was actually playing in the first session, so he did have a good excuse for not being in to get it all set up. But no, just covering this session, and then I've got a few things to do this afternoon. Still got a couple of presents to buy. I've got about 75% of them, but still got a couple to buy, and then that'll be Christmas sorted. Yourself, are you just about there?
I know what I'm going to be doing, so it's easier for a man.
Well, it's, oh well, that's good. Yeah, I think you're right there. Just let the ladies get on with it. They tend to have a better idea than the guys at some of the points. Well, exactly. Not deliberately though, but good intention, shall we say. But certainly a bit windy outside today. I don't know if I'll get out my push bike later or not.
Doing a few miles, are you?
I am, yeah. I mean, so far this year I've cycled over 2,000 miles. I was just having a wee check on my training diary, so I've cycled over 2,000 miles. There was an early Christmas present from Santa. Well, it was myself. I bought myself a new road bike in the Black Friday sales the other week, and it was actually half price. I won't say how much the full price was, but when you're talking quite a few £100, you're getting at half price. It was a deal I couldn't really not take. So I picked it up a couple of weeks ago, and so far I've done 1 mile on it because it's not really been weather for doing much. But yeah, back to the curling here. We've got 3 guards. Hannah Fleming just ripping a guard off, and our shooter moving to the side. So just the way the end's going, I think Hannah Fleming will be quite happy with just keeping it relatively clear, ripping the guards, and putting the pressure on Jackson. to try and put cover on and then try and come round it. Oh, definitely needs a 2 if not a 3, but the way certainly Lorna Beavers has been playing the vice position and the way Hannah's been playing, I think that'll be very difficult. Yeah, she has to keep putting cover on and Fleming will just keep ripping it off. I mean, really what Jackson's is wanting a mistake from Fleming, but so far they've not been making many, and it's just Jackson team that's not quite been getting the shots, missing a draw, missing a strike.
It's just a learning curve, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. So they're sweeping this one. Definitely one, and the shooter rolls as well, so I think Hannah will be happy with that. Another good shot, exactly what was called. Again, forcing Jackson to try and put cover on again. I was over at Stranraer playing in the Maxwell Trophy a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say I was very impressed with the ice quality over there. I know that Gail Monroe puts a lot of work into that, and really they got new stones a couple of years ago from Kay's, and they are really making a difference. So really enjoyed my trip to Stranraer. Yeah, you been playing away at any ice rinks this year, or? Mm-hmm. If you're playing against Lockerbie, it is at Lockerbie. I know Dumfries is playing Lockerbie in the Maxwell Trophy. For anybody who doesn't know what the Maxwell Trophy is, it's a competition run by the Royal Caledonian Curling Club, and it's teams of 3 male curlers. Well, 3 teams of male curlers, and certainly the section that we play in is Dumfries, Lockerbie, Stranraer, Ayr and Greenacres. And the other, I think the kind of east section, I believe it is Hamilton, Murrayfield, Forfar, maybe Perth or Stirling or Kelso. Not being in that section, I don't know all the teams. But certainly a very, very sociable competition. Stranraer, it was a Monday, I was driving and I managed to get my team dragged away about 9 o'clock, but I believe one of the travelling teams were there till about 11 o'clock till the bar shut. So they were being very sociable, and as I say, the Stranraer curlers always very, very pleased to see us. It is a place I do enjoy going in and curling, got some really good friends over there. And just on new stones, Lockerbie's actually getting a new set of stones from Kay's. They're due to arrive in the next couple of weeks, actually. I mean, the ones at Lockerbie, I believe they're about 18 years old, 18 to 20 years old. So, I mean, you know, you certainly do get your life out of them. Yes, they are. They're quite expensive, but obviously, if you're getting 20 seasons out of them, they do make a difference. And again, for maybe some kind of non-curlers that are thinking, well, it's a big solid lump of granite, how can it wear out? But they do wear, and they do need reset by Kay's. Kay's up in Mauchline there. They do get sent away every couple of years, every few years, just to get reground. They just polish them up in the special way that they kind of polish them up, and during that process there is tiny wee bits get taken off them. So I mean, stones do wear out. I was actually talking to, mentioned the Welsh, some of the Welsh curlers a few weeks ago, and they actually got a set of stones that the old set from Stranraer actually went down to Wales. So even if the stones are no longer used at Stranraer, they're actually taken and they are getting used in Wales. And I believe also the Wales are getting a permanent ice rink for next season. Currently they use a shared ice rink that has got skating, I think 6 days a week, ice hockey and skating 6 days a week, and they get it one night a week to curl, which obviously gives them the difficulties that they're having to prepare the ice just for one night, a lot of effort into preparing the ice for one night, but they're getting a dedicated curling rink. Yeah. Yep, there is some really dedicated curlers down in Wales. I mean, I've been friends with quite a few of them for quite a few years, and they do put a lot of effort in. And I know certainly after the Olympics they got quite a big boost because they had a few come and try days, and there was over 1,000 curlers came to the come and try days, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, it's not just a sport in Scotland. Obviously, the Wales, you mentioned Ireland. Yeah, it was. And then England as well, they've got quite a few curlers. But yeah, Scotland certainly got the most in the home nations. So back to the game. There is quite a lot of cover out the front here. So will Hannah just try and lift the double? I think that's what she's looking at. Asking for the angles. Or are they just going to try and bury one round? I think where Lorna Beavers has got the brush, I think they'll just be trying to draw one in. If they can get it hidden behind the guards. The one at the back, the red one at the back, John, we haven't quite got the angle here. Can we get an overhead view, or is it not counting or just biting a little bit? I think the blue at the front will certainly be beating it. So the blue at the front will be beating it, and then the red at the back will maybe be just biting for second shot.
If they can draw in there, and it's well buried, that then forces Sophie to draw for a win.
So yeah, shot's coming down. Lorna's just calling the sweep in. Seems quite wide just now. And again, this seems a bit heavy as well. So maybe it has got a keen line there. Oh, I think it's... I think I agree with you there, yes. Just certainly didn't draw as much as they wanted, and maybe a wee bit further back than they wanted, but still puts the pressure on Jackson here. I think they're giving the ice for the strike. So she'll be trying to strike the red one out and just get a roll behind cover. Can she see enough to roll behind her blues, or is it going to be to the right to try and hide behind that red one, I think? Oh, no, I think you'll be right there. I think you'll be right there, John. I think our wee talking about the Maxwell Trophy has confused matters. So Jackson will just be trying to hit this on the nose for a 2. And then that'll give Hannah a 3-stone advantage heading down the last end. So stones away. The sweeper's just keeping it clean. She got enough, or has she just got to roll out? Nope, she's got the shot. Yep, so that's 2 blues. 2 blues to take the score to 6-3. And we're heading down into the 8th end. So Hannah Fleming 3 up with the hammer. I think you'd have to say that the advantage is with Hannah just now.
Yes, very much so. However, we have seen mistakes from the teams, and who knows, the mistakes have been with Sophie's team so far. It could be that this last end she may be fortunate and they'll move to the other team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Jackson will be hoping for, some mistakes from Fleming's team, but the way they've been playing, they've not been making many mistakes. So Hannah, Lorna, Alison and Abby will just be wanting to keep playing the way they've been playing.
So Jackson opting for a centre guard this time. Be interesting to see whether Fleming just going to tick it to the side. And just force it into play.
Yeah, I was just having a look at some of the games that are coming up at 2:30. It's obviously the men's section's back on at 2:30. I've got Tom Brewster, he'll be going back on. The defending champion from last year, he's got the same team. I think they're doing quite well just now. So he'll certainly be hoping to semi and final tomorrow. I'm just looking up the draw, and Tom Brewster is playing Taylor at 2:30.
Bit of an error there from Hannah Fleming's lead, and that she just put the blue stone out, and with the free guard zone it had to be replaced. So that's a good omen for Sophie Jackson. Maybe give her a wee bit of a boost.
Yeah, sometimes I question the tick shot, the advantage. If you get it right, great. But if not, they go back in. But I suppose when you're 3 up with the hammer, you can take that chance. And if you get it right, great. If not, well, you're not really any worse off. Jackson putting another guard on here. Yep, nice long guard. Wee bit of distance between them. Hannah's going up. Obviously, she'll be trying to lift the front yan and hope the shooter rolls to the wing. Well, of course, this is free guard zone, so it wasn't a strike. Apologies for that. It was just a tick shot again. Certainly moved it, and our shooter's out. Moved the blue over, but maybe not quite the result they wanted.
Better than what it was before, because I mean, at least she's trying to keep that centre line clear. Yeah, move them off the centre, and I suppose it is a wing guard, but it has moved it a bit. Yeah, and the shooter moving to the wing and out of play. So Jackson will just be trying to put another guard on, get some more cover up the front. Yeah, quite a good view of the ice rink. I don't know, can you name all the flags at the back, John? No.
I'm not going to do it just now, but I think certainly a couple of nights when we've been curling, I think I'm no far off. I think there's maybe a couple I'm not sure of, but I think most of them I know. I certainly haven't been to all the countries, but I certainly know quite a few of the flags. I think it always likes to add quite a lot of colour to an ice rink when you see all the flags up.
Aye, a lot of it's down to Graham Sloan, our curling development officer, who has been the driving force for a lot of improvements and changes and that, and we're grateful to the RCCC and Graham for everything that they've done. Certainly moved curling up the ladder here. Yeah, it was certainly Graham that kind of got me involved in the commentating. I got a text from her earlier in the week asking if I was available to commentate, and I fired back saying yeah, quite happy to do it. That's who you know, that's what it is. Once you've got the bug, Richard. So now we're into the striking bit where Anna Fleming can start to remove some stones. And we're running out of rocks, really. Yep, we are. Yeah, I mean, Hannah will be quite happy just hitting them and just run Jackson out of stones. Because she's not just trying to get one, she's trying to get a 3, obviously, so at some point she'll have to start putting shots into play. I mean, she has still got 2 guards.
She's calling for another guard.
I'm not sure if I've just got the stones right at the top there, so we'll just wait a minute and see who's playing.
Yeah, I think they're down to 3 each. Just having a wee look out the window, and if my side's okay, I think there's 3 blue and 3 red still to come, so I think they're definitely in vice stones.
Right, I'll take your word for that.
Although I have got an eye test on Tuesday afternoon, this is just my... but I currently don't wear glasses, and hopefully the optician will agree that I don't need to get them.
This looks good.
Yeah, it's coming back.
This
Sweeper's
looks
working
good.
on it. Yep, just in the house behind the guard, so quite good, although there will be a double there. I think Hannah will be going for a double. The main thing will be to rip the guard at the front. If she can get both of them, great. If not, just rip the guard and have the shooter. So Lorna Viver's just sliding out, and Lorna has been striking really well. Just coming into play now. Super's just on it. Definitely 1, 2, bang. Yep, another good double from Lorna Viver's there. And shooter's rolled out to the side. So there is a wee bit of cover there, but a really good shot from Lorna Viver's. I think Hannah will be quite happy with that.
So really just about game over.
No, I was wrong with that last one. We're now down to 3 shots each now. I think there was 2 kind of hiding each other, or somebody standing in front of them.
This looks good, one thought.
Yep, good one there.
Just maybe no hidden as much as what they would have hoped for. I don't think it's just getting that curl just in the last wee bit.
So now what do you try and do here, John? Do you try and follow it and get a freeze? Because if you did freeze on it, you're kind of negating it, and that's it, game over. But then if you just catch the guard, you're putting more cover on. I think she's looking at maybe putting one the other side, is she?
Well,
At the
she
back of the
puts one
house?
the other side and she forces them to, if she's shot, she forces them to take it.
Having a wee conflab. Here's Lorna up. They're just having a wee discussion as to what to go for. And I think what they're talking about is just to try and draw one to the back of the house, just maybe being shot. And then that would force Jackson to hit it. And then obviously if they didn't get it bang on the nose, that would be it, game over.
Aye, it may seem to people that it's easy, but when I've listened to Graham talking to the young people and that, I mean, at this time he's telling them how they can actually take 3 shots, you know, at this stage of a game and with scenes like this. So Hannah will get the same lectures and advice, and she'll be concerned that even although it looks as if everything's going in her favour, that that Sophie can still get 3 out of it.
So Lorna Viver's just delivering. Sweepers are on it, just coming into view at the top. Is this one maybe just a wee bit short? Maybe shorter than they would wanted, yeah. I mean, I think that's maybe a wee mistake there from Lorna. I think they would wanted it actually in the house, because that now just gives Jackson cover.
Yes, but Anna's got last shot, so quite a lot of times they're playing for that last shot, aren't they?
Yep, certainly.
I like when I'm curling that when I play my last shot that there's a lot of guards and the two that's in the centre are mine and I just have to join them.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're playing skip, it's always good to just maybe have to put another guard on or just drawing for a 2 or a 3, yep, just to make it up as opposed to drawing against a 2 or a 3.
So, change in thought there from Sophie.
Yeah, I think she's trying to put another one on the left hand side behind the guards, maybe just next to the blue she's already got. Of course, the danger with that is if she tries to go by the guards too tight, maybe just tickles a guard. Coming down, it looks quite a big weight just now. No, I think it's okay. By the guard, yeah, but quite a good shot. Yep, I think that's what they called for, and that's what they got. The only thing is she got maybe a wee bounce, so here's Lorna's holding the brush, and for anybody that maybe not sure what she's doing, why is she holding the brush there? The lead in the second of her team will be down in the hack, and they'll be just seeing how much of the stone they can actually see, and I think they probably must be able to see probably about half the stone, so I think Hannah will be going for a hit on this, maybe just a barrier weight. Get a wee bit of swing by the guards and just try and hit the blue.
Perhaps not as easy as what we think it is, because I mean if she's too hard or too heavy it'll just maybe stay straight, and last night, as I say, when she went to play her last shot in the last end, she played it a wee bit light and it clipped the guard, so...
Yeah, you're right there. And that's it. If you're just a wee fraction off, you could just catch the guards, or if you do flick it just a wee bit wide or a wee bit heavy, you can just sail by, maybe not get enough of it. Aye, Hannah's just having a good think about this.
It's a big shot.
But yeah, I mean, Hannah Fleming comes from a curling family, both her mum and dad and her big brother curls, and her mum's just actually back from Canadian tour. I've certainly seen some of the photos on Facebook and it looked as if she had a great time. Yep, that's something we kind of thought, yep. If we could just sail by and just not quite got it. So a mistake from Hannah there.
Just too heavy.
Yep, just a wee bit too heavy. Came by the guards. And now, if Jackson can get one buried here, that'll put the pressure on Hannah. Do we have draws in this competition, or is it an extra end?
Extra end, and then it's a draw shot.
So we're going to have a winner, even if it's an extra end and not, and then draw the shot. I was actually playing a game on Monday night, skins format, and the two teams on the next sheet, they were rolled over the last two ends, so the skips, it was late at night, so they decided we'll just draw the shot. So the first skip went to draw the shot, didn't get in the house. The vice for the other team went to draw the shot, punted it through the back at hack weight. So they had to have another draw the shot. So it took 4 shots to decide who actually won. This was after 8 ends of curling, so but they did get a winner in the end.
Mm-hmm. So there's Sophie playing her shot there.
So yeah, big shot for Sophie here. Just try to put another one out the wing. I'm not sure that camera angle. Just look a wee touch heavier. She might get a wee bounce on here. A wee bounce would be a bad shot. Oh. So now Hannah will have an open hit for the game. think Jackson will be a wee bit disappointed with that. Just a little bit more weight. Came in, hit the blue and just bounced off, so now Hannah's got an open hit for the game. She doesn't even have to stay, she can just hit and roll out. As long as she gets one of the blues out, it'll be game to Fleming. So we've just had it confirmed that if Hannah Fleming does win, she'll be through to quarterfinals, but she won't be through in the top spot, but she will be through the quarters, and Jackson will be out of the competition. So this is it. This is the hammer, the last shot. Hannah Fleming playing for a shot in the quarter-final. She's looking good just now. They're sweeping it just to make sure. Bang. Good shot from Hannah Fleming to win the game. 7-3, final score. And book her place in the quarter-finals later today. So with that, I'll bid you goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon. So it's goodbye from Richard Smith.
And it's goodbye for me. Thanks very much, Richard. Look forward to you maybe helping us again. Thank you. So that's us for this game. There will be other games which you can catch up in either live stream or on YouTube. Thank you.